Woohoo! Finally, assignment 5. This is the musical. So basically, this is you directing, coordinating, and performing in the Show Must Go On musical. So my rationale for including this as an assignment is, in order to fulfill the overall outcomes of gaining confidence in musical, dramatic, and organizational skills, it seemed fitting to rehearse and perform a musical. The opportunity to venture out of our comfort zone and into both uncharted artistic and leadership territory has the potential to develop skills that are transferable into the teaching of an elementary classroom. At some point in your career, you will be asked to organize something beyond your classroom, maybe a science fair or a track and field meet or a soccer tournament. And the skills that you will learn through organizing this musical will be transferable, maybe not the exact direct things that you do, but the overall skills in organization and being, staying ahead of the game are definitely things that you will use as a teacher. Plus, I think the whole performance aspect of the musical will again just give you that confidence to maybe do your own musical in your school, or maybe help with the musical in your school, or maybe you're just like, yeah, I'll go on that committee to organize the science fair. So that's my rationale for this. Plus, it's just a hoot and it's just a whole lot of fun. Okay, so the assignment is enthusiastically performing the musical The Show Must Go On to the best of your ability. I understand that for some of you, you may have never sung on your own, and you may have not acted on your own. Maybe you've never directed, maybe you've never done, put together a show like this from a tech point of view. But as long as you come and you put your best foot forward and you go for it, that's what this assignment is all about. So you complete your given task in a manner that is indicative of a professional teacher. You don't leave your colleagues high and dry when you say you're going to say something or do something. You actually do what you said you're going to do on time, and you, again, put your full effort into it. And number 3, be fully present each rehearsal with effort and focus being consistently high. Okay, so when you go out into your little your rehearsal rooms, your breakout rooms, and you go to rehearse and your directors ask you to do something, you say, yes, I will do that. And you give her and you give her. You just go for it. Okay, so this is how you're going to be assessed. It is 30% of your final grade, so it's a pretty big deal. So level of task completion is 10% of final grade individual mark, individual effort, and then performance. This is what I will give you as a whole class. This is going to happen. The musical will premiere on January 15th at 7 p.m. for online premiere for audience. And we can actually have a pretty big audience for this, which is one of the benefits of doing it online. Okay, I'm going to just flip over to the rubric, just so you have a bit of an idea of what is happening here. So basically, this is you're going to be describing your tasks. So say you're doing costumes and you were designing costumes for 4 actors and in 4 scenes. So that's what you would put here. Okay? And then you put down, did you complete it? So if you say, yeah, I researched different color patterns and I talked to the individual actors and I asked them, could they show me some things from their wardrobe that might end up working really well? And you say, yeah, I did. I completed my task. So you give yourself 9 or 8 or 9 or whatever out of here. And then so you put those, maybe you have 4 tasks. So you look here and then you give yourself an average of the completion. So if you have 9, 8, and 4, then maybe you give yourself an 8 out of 10 here. This is my final grade. So if I look at your tasks and I'm like, actually those 4 scenes that you were supposed to have created costumes for, actually the people just were wearing whatever they were wearing that day, then I might adjust it. Okay, so keep that in mind as you go through. Individual effort, again, how much effort did you put into your leadership role? So if you took on the directing role, how much effort did you put in? If you took on the technology role, how much effort did you put in acting, singing role, and how much effort did you put into that? For the two who are on the tech team, just do this one. Tech team only, I think Justine and Josh, I think you guys are on just the tech, so just get rid of this one and just do this here. Again, if you had low effort, give yourself a 1. None of you will give yourself a 1 because you will all be into it. And if you put fairly high effort in, then give yourself a 10. This is me. I'll give the class a performance mark as a whole class, and then we'll total it up for a mark out of 30. So just kind of keep that in mind as you go through. This, the musical is super fun. I'm really curious and excited to see how this one goes. I've never done an online musical, but you know what? It's I have been surprised by some of these COVID restrictions that ended up being actually quite creative and liberating. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do with this show. Awesome.